Happy days and welcome to another Redesigning Legacy for the Philanthropic Entrepreneur, the series with the amazing Donna Martin, legacy designer. Teaming up with myself, Paul Rees, another legacy designer. But we are the same horse, different jockeys, but this is what makes it so great. And this whole series is about legacy, is about the philanthropic way of life. Philanthropic, well, I'll get it right, but my Donna will give with a beautiful Irish accent. But here's the thing, Donna, thank you again for coming on this power 10 minutes. Are you ready for your subject?
I am ready to go. Let's do it.
Okay. What is emotional currency and how does it play out? Now then, what is emotional currency? Now, I'm going to just dive in with my version while you let that thought sort of settle into your wisdom. For me, emotional currency is the size of your interpersonal skills, the size of your interpersonal delivery and outplay into life. The importance that you see in what you say to how it continues the build of somebody else's life in a free, positive, authentic, philanthropic way. Now, when I say that, I can just do a comparison. Richard Branson, he focuses on life currency before money currency. Everything that he does in business is about the person feeling the happiest they can be about themselves, not about his product. It's about what he puts in place for that person to build, feel, rebuild, and enjoy that moment onwards from the experience they had from his business. Now, that is what we call emotional currency. What's your version, though? Because you come from another shape with the truth and things. So what's your emotional currency? What's yours look like?
Mine's, well, I love Richard Branson's. Yeah, for me, that emotional currency is I'm very much into feeling that energy, that space. So my thing is, how does my energy, my space, how does what I radiate out of me, how does that impact other people? And that's first and foremost, when I look in the mirror every morning, when I look in my Zoom calls and in my eyes, how do I feel with the energy and the emotion that I radiate to myself first, internally? Yeah. How does that feel over my body? How do I wave that out? Then my kids, my husband, people that I meet in the street, the eye contact, that emotional currency for me is not even a spoken word necessarily. It can be, and we've just been talking about that. But that energy, that eye energy exchange, that feeling that when someone brushes past you, it's a feeling of not anger, but ease, of contentment, of love, of compassion, of empathy. You don't have to say a word. Wow. That's emotional currency.
I love that, because when we think about emotional currency at that level, it's actually one human giving gratitude, showing thanks, giving love, and giving appreciation to another human without even saying anything.
Yeah, they just feel it.
Wow. Let's look at that in the business world. Let's look at that as an entrepreneur. How do you demonstrate that level of philanthropy emotionally through your business to create what is emotional success that creates life currency, to create money currency? You know, what is missing, do we think, in the entrepreneurial world that fails to practice that understanding?
I think for myself, coming from a nursing background, Paul, I had no one to follow in a business world. In my logic, my thinking, and my concept of business, it wasn't me. And so when I learned, then I read an incredible book, and it was about a chillpreneur, to do business your way, to feel into it. And that's the way I've lived my life. Always, from a very young age, I've felt into everything that I'm in alignment with. So it's not just a wet week and you do something because you feel. It's truly connecting with yourself.
Yeah.
And actually saying, so as an entrepreneur, I think a lot of us are categorized because it's, take what you want from this. This is my idea. My experience is you're told to do one thing, you're stuffing a round peg into a square hole, you're feeling it's not working, you're doing all the tick box, but internally you're tight, you're uncomfortable, not uncomfortable in a get out of your comfort zone, but uncomfortable as in screaming inside, going, this doesn't fit me, this does not feel right, this isn't my way. But we are taught a lot by a lot of people that this is the way if you want to be successful. But what I think is missing for entrepreneurs is you need to do life your way on your own terms. You need to do your business your way on your own terms, and you need to do it from a place of awareness, of feeling, of emotional truth that comes back to you, how you feel every day, how you want to feel in your business, how you want to feel in giving service, how you want to feel with your family connection, and how you want to feel in your heart-led philanthropic ways.
Wow.
So that's my take on it.
Let me come in there, because you said something there that caught my earworm, which was emotional truth. Now, you use the word truth a lot within your delivery. I hear the word truth many times. But emotional truth isn't about, this is my understanding, emotional truth isn't about the truth that I'm speaking to another. It's the truth that I'm speaking to myself. That I'm speaking to myself about the reality of my own life. How much of the first 10 years is conditioning my decisions right now? How much of the first 10 years is actually monetizing life currency? We talk about your viewers, not money currency, by the way. How much is conditioning the negative and positive of my life currency? Life currency, here's the thing, it's our life currency comes from the developing of humankind. So how we develop our children dictates our life currency return as an adult. Isn't that unique when you think about that? Is that we are trying to shape the children to our life currency, but they have their own. But if we don't see the shape of their life currency and try to change it into our own currency from euros to pounds or pounds to dollars, when actually they have their own euro currency, we are messing up how they spend their life, how they spend their life. Because we are changing their currency. It's not. It's just think about that. Emotional truth is a big thing, Donna Martin, eh?
Huge.
I mean,
and if more people understood, Paul, this is the mic drop. If you really understood the truth, the authenticity, the real internal dialogue that you're speaking, that you're feeling, Neville Goddard always said, feeling is the secret. You're feeling into your truth, what feels aligned, what feels purposeful, what feels right to you without a logic. This is what feels right to you, and how you nurture your kids and how you allow them to evolve in their own space for why they're here. They're not here for the same reason as you. They're here in their own path. You're here to guide as a lighthouse, as a beacon.
Wow, let's look at the different currencies there. So we have Donna currency, which we could say is euros. We have your husband's currency, which is Australian dollar. We may have your son's currency, one of your sons, which is US dollars. And then your other son might be pounds, where we say we have 4 different life currencies here that have different values. The pound has more value than the Australian dollar, they say. You know, then we look at, you got to look at how we are trying to get our people around us to invest into our currency. Are we trying to manipulate their currency to be the same as ours, or are we joining, with authenticity, with the truth? And that's the thing in business, is how are we trying to manipulate somebody else's money to be our money? How are we trying to manipulate their life currency to become our currency? What's the level of authenticity there, Donna? What's your thoughts, girl?
But I was going to say that's a big one, but I'll take that back, because there's no big and there's no small. It's your level of awareness. It's each of our level of understanding on this conversation, on what we're talking about. But when you unpack that, trying to get someone to do what you want them to do, that's not from a place of complete love, unless it's to keep them out of harm's way as a child. Is that ego taking over? Is that pride? Is that something else? So go back to emotional truth. If we're all connected, if we're all from the same source of love, if we're all connected to this overwhelming energy to live in this space, and my belief is that we're all here on this journey for our own journey, for our own path, then why try and manipulate somebody else? Stay in your own lane, and the people that you're there to support, to cheer on, that are there for you, then let that be.
There it is. We have passed out 10 minutes. Donna Martin, thank you so much. It was beautiful. And
You're so welcome.
We only touched in emotional currency today. We will be bringing this back in a later episode. And pick us up next time, because we've got another amazing deep dive. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because it's all about the spontaneity here, that's for sure. Donna Martin, thank you.
Thanks, folks.